Good afternoon. My name's Chris Brown. I'm an analyst with Morgans Financial. We're here at the 14th Noosa Mining Conference. This is the first afternoon. I'm with André Labuschagne, the Chief Executive of Aeris Mining. Aeris has got the Triton copper mine in New South Wales, the Cracow gold mine in Queensland, operating, producing gold and copper, and a couple of development projects. André, before we get into it, can you tell us a little bit about your background, please?
Oh, geez. Been in the industry now for a very long time. I used to be in mining in South Africa. Came over to Australia 21 years ago for a company called DRD, and we had mines in Papua New Guinea and Fiji, and started a corporate office with them in Brisbane and never went back, I guess. Over the last 20 years, ran a company called Norton Goldfields as CEO. That was taken out by Zijin, the Chinese group, and been involved with this company now for 11 years.
And the initial asset was the Triton copper mine in New South Wales. Can you just give us a little bit of a background on that and what it's doing now and what you're expecting from it?
Sure. So when we took over as management 11 years ago, we had the Triton copper mine. It was doing about 17,000 tons of copper at the time, but the company's balance sheet was in serious trouble. So it took us a while to restructure the balance sheet from a debt position. And over that period, Triton went from 17 to up to 30,000 tons of copper, and it did exceptionally well. And 11 years ago we said there's 4 years life, and 11 years later we're saying we think there's 8+ years of life. So it's just one of those mines, a big exploration tenement package, and we got various projects which will come into production over the period as we keep going. But Triton has got an exceptional exploration. It's copper. It's one of the commodities we're all looking for, and with a good gold credit as part of it. And has over the last 2 years, we've invested a lot of money in new mines. So we brought 2 new mines into production. And those mines will see better grades coming out of the mine and maintain that 20+ thousand ton copper production as we move forward.
And you've got the Cracow gold operation in Queensland. Can you just give us a bit of a snapshot of that, where that is now and what you're expecting from that?
Sure. So 3 years ago we bought Cracow from Evolution Mining, and at the time we thought there's 2 years life, but we know there's more because it's never had a long reserve life, but always managed to replace what they mine. And it's still the same. So Cracow will do 40 to 50,000 ounces annually. We've invested $15 million last year in the new tailings dam, so that's create life and keep on extending. And this year we're putting a bit more effort into the exploration to see if we go outside the current known Western Vein field, we do think there's opportunities to get something bigger. So we are starting to look at what else is around Cracow as part of the Cracow business itself. And look, in Queensland, we also got the Mount Colin mine running, a copper mine. We'll do about 6 to 8,000 tons of copper, but it's only for the next 6 months. Then it's where it runs out. And then we got the Barbara mine, which is close by, which we want to then develop to do exactly the same process. But it is copper focused up in North Queensland near Mount Isa.
We nearly had an interruption. Sorry. And you've also got the Stockman project and the Jaguar project Stockman in Victoria and Jaguar in Western Australia. These are your growth assets,
Yeah.
I guess. Whereabouts are they, and are we looking at production in the next 12 months, do you think?
So the two projects we have, the one is Stockman, which is the bigger project of the two. It's got a 12-year reserve life on it, so it's got a good resource backing. It's copper zinc. It is a greenfields development, so it's new. And we literally in the last 6 months done work on the recoveries of the copper and gold. Because the original study, which was done by the previous owners, showed about a 75% recovery on both copper and zinc. And through an Albion process, which is not new technology, but it's technology which works for these sort of ore bodies, the test work on that came back extremely positive, above 95% recoveries for that product. So what we're doing now is we're going back to the drawing board. We'll do a bit more test work, but we now need to get a capital cost estimate for the Albion process and come out with a feasibility study probably in the next 6 months. But then that will take 2 years, 12 to 2 years to develop, because it's a new build, it's a new plant. So that's a bigger project. But it is an extremely good reserve-backed project. The Jaguar mine, disappointingly, we bought it 2 years ago. We then had to put in care and maintenance 12 months ago, which was quite a challenging time for the business. But we're now doing studies to restart the mine. And within the next 3 to 6 months, we'll have a good view on how do we start it, what's the potential value, and then the decision will be made to start or the way forward, basically, for JAG. But we put it in care and maintenance, so it's still well maintained. Very good exploration package for gold, although it's a base metal mine, in between some big gold miners around. So there's some other avenues as well in that region.
So there you have it. It's a copper producer, a gold producer, generating money with some potential for asset and production growth. And Andre, I've got to ask you, I think we were talking earlier, this is your 12th or 13th or 14th year here at Noosa.
I think it's probably my 14th. I think I was one of the first ones when we were still in Auto Goldfields.
And the number of bodies here today, is it?
It's as big as last year, I think. We've seen the numbers increasing, so I haven't been around much, but I think looking around, it's pretty positive.
Thanks very much, Andre. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your comments, and we look forward to staying in touch. Cheers. Thank you.